In this video, we're going to talk about parabolas. So we have two different cases. You have x squared equals 4py, and you have y squared is equal to 4px. Now, if you have x squared equals to 4py, then you're looking at a parabola that opens upward like this. So it's a vertical parabola. And p is the number that determines how far is your focus of the parabola. So let's put a point right here. That's what we're going to call focus of the parabola. So this distance is what we call p. Now, similarly, if you go negative p, same distance, that is going to give you the directrix of the parabola. So this is the line y equals p, that's the directrix of the parabola. So everything kind of depends on what the p-value is. Now, we also have to break this down into two more cases. This is the parabola if your p-value is positive, and you'll have the other case if the p is negative, then you'll have similar parabola, but now it's going to be opening downward like that. So that will be the parabola if p is less than 0. Again, the same idea, you'll have the directrix right here, and this point right here will be the focus. So for this equation, we can write down the focus of this equation would be 0, comma p, and the directrix would be the equation y equals negative p. And we can also talk about the vertex would be 0, comma 0. So this is the vertex of the parabola. Similarly, we can focus on the second case. Now, if you have y squared is equal to 4px, then your parabola is opening along the x-axis. So again, if p is positive, you'll have a parabola that would look like this. And if p is negative, then you'll have a parabola that would open this direction to the left. And we can label the focus. It's right here inside the parabola, and this will be the line directrix. So this will be x equals to negative p if this coordinate was p, comma 0. So this distance right here is p, and also the distance from the vertex to the focus is also p. Similarly, for this parabola, this is your directrix, and this is the focus. So the equation of the parabola with the vertex 0, 0, and the focus 0, 2. So let's go ahead and sketch. That way we can figure out which direction we're working on and how it opens. So the vertex is at 0, 0. Okay, that's nice. It's not shifted. And the focus is 0, 2. So let's suppose this is 0, 2. So we know that the focus point is always inside the parabola. So that means our parabola has to look like this, because the focus is always inside. And this makes sense. So now we're looking at the equation that has the form x squared. So this would be x squared is equal to 4py, since the center, the vertex is 0, 0. And we just need to find the p-value. So this distance right here is the distance from the vertex to the focus, that's p, and we know that's 0, 2, so it's 2 units. So from that point, we know that p is 2. So that means the equation is going to be just simply plugging in p into p, so you'll have x squared is equal to 4 times 2y. So the equation of this parabola is x squared is equal to 8y. So that would be the equation. Now, if you want, you can also draw the directrix. Directrix is the p distance from the vertex to this line right here. So this would be negative p distance. Let's just call it p. But you know it's going to be opposite of the focus. So this will be the line that we're going to call directrix, which will have the equation y equals -2. So this is the equation of the directrix. Here is another problem. Let's go ahead and sketch this and find the focus, vertex, and the directrix. So first we're going to write this in standard form. So I'm going to isolate y squared. Y squared is equal to -6x. So it's in the form of y squared is equal to 4px. So you know that your 4p has to equal -6. So we can solve for p. 4p is equal to -6. Divide both sides by 4. You'll have p is equal to -6/4, or in simplified form, -3/2. So that's your p. So we know that p is negative, less than 0. Now, since it's y squared, you have horizontal parabolas. So let's go ahead and figure these out. So here's our plane. So because of the y square, and since p is less than 0, we have a horizontal parabola that's going to open toward the left. So here's the vertex 0, 0, and the parabola looks something like that. Now, focus, it's going to be this point right here, and the directrix is this line right here. So we know those are always p distance away from the vertex. Now, what is p? Well, we know that p is -3/2. So that means this number right here is going to be -3/2, 0, because the x-coordinate just moved 3 units, 3/2 to the left. That means this directrix is going to have the equation 3.5 distance from the vertex. So our directrix will have the equation x equals +3/2. So those are the information I can write down. So we know the focus from the graph, it's going to have the coordinate -3/2, 0. And we know the vertex is at the center 0, 0. And we know the directrix of this parabola, it's going to be x equals 3/2. Since it's a horizontal parabola, the directrix is a vertical line.